Okay, I wanted to show some of the features of the Miller D30 mill. It's got a badge over here as well. There are the controls. The green button is on, black button's off. The dial controls the variable speed motor. This controls your grind fineness. Got a gauge on here that you can turn that has a magnet to dial in where the stones start to begin to touch, and then the knob itself has a fine and a coarse setting. Hose, 18mm. Here's the runner stone. If I had to guess, it's probably about 50 pounds. Okay, something I didn't show before. There's a little hatch here to allow moisture out. You can hook this up like a dryer vent essentially out to the outside if you're doing a lot of milling. That'll allow the moisture to escape. If you do not that much milling like me, you can just open this hatch up when you're done and let it air out for a couple of hours. All of these panels are magnetic. Pulley has a double belt. Adjustment for the pulley is back here for the motor, the belt tension I should say. And this is a 3-phase motor. It converts single-phase power to 3-phase, which gives it variable speed potential as well as easy or soft startups. In this box there's a controller that does the power converting, and this machine is grinding, I would say, over 100 pounds an hour. Pretty easy. And we got 13.978. The feed system, it's got a gear here. You lower it down a couple notches, which will lower down the chute. And you can see the shaker down there that hits the wooden rod, giving it a nice, easy, or even feed I should say. And then there's an additional fine-tuning adjustment on the strings there. And I do find that this feed system is really easy to dial in, and also infinitely adjustable, which is what you want. Final temperature 92, mid-90s Fahrenheit, which is a good temperature. I'm Jake Gall, live in West Bend, Wisconsin. Grew up on an organic dairy farm, and I became interested in sourdough bread and milling after I received a call to repentance, which was probably 10 years ago or so at this point. And ever since I've been really interested in it. It's been a big blessing. Good for my health, good for my family's health. This mill has a lot of unique features relative to the other options available on the market. I think the first thing you notice about it is just a really beautiful mill. It's well built. I believe it's solid alder. This is a true granite stone mill, whereas the German mills are composite stones, and those composite stones are essentially glued together with an adhesive, and over time, in my viewpoint, you're going to be ingesting some of that adhesive that holds those stones together. It's not a true God-made stone for those German mills. It's actually just a man-made stone. So I really like the idea of having the old granite stones just like they would have years ago. I also like that there's no plastic at all in the milling chamber. It's got a wooden hopper. The whole mill exceeded my expectations in terms of how solid it is. I also really like the variable speed capability and the three-phase motor. The three-phase motor will definitely be more durable, longer lasting. It runs off of single-phase power, which is convenient. It's 220. The mills are designed for 50 hertz power from Europe, but they run off of 60 hertz power as well. They have a power converter, and I could show that piece of the machinery in a future video if anybody would like to see it. The other nice features I wrote down here, the feed chute. I really love the feed chute on this mill. It's so much more easy to get it to go into the grinding chamber smoothly and consistently. Really, my plan is just to produce healthy breads and pasta for family and friends, neighbors, and church family. I would highly recommend the mill. One other thing I was supposed to talk about too is just how difficult was it to get the mill from Ukraine, and I found it to be not that difficult. I've never imported anything in my life, and I had to, get the customs clearance completed. Happy with my purchase, and I would recommend this mill to anybody. I think it's amazing.